Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy, and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. And today we're going to be going over the pretty belated at this point. I meant to post this last week, but it has been really busy. So I'm trying to get up as many videos as I can right now. And I totally appreciate all of your patience as I work through some really busy times at home and at work. But I am finally getting up my September net worth and goals video. I know a lot of you guys look forward to these videos and also do your net worth calculations with me. So I always find it really amazing to hear in the comments about you guys using this exact document as well, which I do want to plug. I do have this completely free. If you check out the link in my bio, I actually filmed a video on how to use it quite some time ago. I think that was like 2 years ago at this point, but still relevant. So if you want to follow along with me, you can get that for free. There's no, I'm not going to put you on an email list or take your information. It's literally just free. You make a copy of it and you can use it for yourself. So feel free to download that and follow along with me. But we're going to be going over September today for our net worth and goals. So if you've been on my channel for a little while, we did finish our car fund last month. Now, we did actually purchase our car in the summer before we finished this goal, but we did just want to officially finish it to make sure that we didn't deplete our car fund too much. I do like to have a few $1,000s in there because obviously we have cars and we need to have money in there for car insurance and just all the registration and oil changes, whatever else, tires at some point, I'm sure. So we wanted to make sure we didn't deplete that too much. But that means that we were able to move on last month to my husband's Roth IRA, which we continued for the month of September. So for the month of September, we were able to put $850 to this goal, and that is it. So in September, my youngest son, he's 3.5, he started back at daycare. And so that is a big impact to our budget. As you can see, we were, doing 1,000 or more to these goals earlier in the year, but unfortunately we will just have less disposable income during this period of time when my son's in daycare. I'm sure that a lot of you guys can relate to that, or just relate to having expenses increasing these days, even if you don't have kids. Things are way more expensive. And so $850 is what we were able to send for this month, which leaves our total that we've put towards my husband's Roth IRA at $3,550. And our goal is $7,000, which is to max it out for the year. That means we are just over halfway. So we're at 51% of this goal. And we will continue to work on his Roth IRA until we complete that. And then we will move on to my Roth IRA. And then if we have anything left to squeeze out at the end of the year, we will also put some additional money towards our kids' 529 savings, which we have not done really at all this year. We do always put in any money that they get throughout the year. So if they get money for their birthday, like cash, obviously, we do always put that in their 529. So they have had things going in here throughout the year, but nothing from us really yet. So that is what we're working with. Our total that we've sent to financial goals through the month of September is $18,550. Now, this doesn't include our 401ks that we contribute to. We also have an HSA and a brokerage that we contribute a little bit to. So this isn't all of our goals. This is just kind of the financial goals that I track separately. That's just what works for us. Total goal amount for the year was $34,000, which means we have $15,000 left and we are at 55%. I do want to call out October is a 3 paycheck month for us. So we will be able to put more towards this goal in October. And then also in December, typically I receive a year-end bonus, which may be enough to clear the rest of these out potentially. We don't know until we get it, essentially what it's going to be. So I really have no clue. It depends on a multitude of things, like my performance, my company's performance. So it's really I'm really unsure of what it's going to be. So we will see. And you guys always know pretty soon after I do what that's going to be and what we'll be able to do with that. So that's where we're at for our financial goals. Again, would I like to be more farther ahead? Of course, but this is where we're at right now. So we'll continue to keep going, and hopefully we will at least be able to finish off our Roth IRAs, which I'm pretty confident we will be able to, between the 3 paycheck month and my bonus at the end of the year. Hopefully that should be able to push us ahead of that. And then we should be able to save some for the 529 and maybe some other things too, hopefully. So net worth, let's go down to our net worth now. So these numbers are as of September 30th. Home value, we are not changing this right now. It's been at 565, I think, for like a year. At this point, I feel like that's pretty good still. The home values in our area haven't increased a ton right now. They're pretty stable. So we're going to leave it at that for now. And I'll probably revisit that closer at the beginning of the year. So we'll see. Our HSA did increase slightly at 14,600. Now we do use our HSA as needed for medical, dental, and vision expenses, but we also do invest like 2/3 of it. And then we also have some in cash that we can use. So we kind of use it in both ways. And I think I like to talk about that because I think a lot of people are like all or nothing. Either they like use it all or they don't use any of it. And I think that there can be a balance there. Obviously, it's like amazing if you can invest it all and not spend any of it. But in the way that our budget's working right now, like I just don't want to disrupt our budget for those expenses. So we are kind of doing a mix. And I feel like that's a really good way to approach it. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can use it however you want. And there's some times where we do cash flow those type of expenses, and there's sometimes that we don't. This year, it's been more that we don't cash flow them because we haven't had a ton of extra. So it's been nice to have that there. And we are still building it up, which feels really nice, but we are also able to use it when we need it. So feels really good to be able to do both of those things. And then moving down to the next number here, which is our retirement and savings. So this number really encompasses like everything. It's our current balance of our checking account as of the 30th. It is our savings account balance, so our emergency fund, all of our sinking funds, my Roth IRA, my husband's Roth IRA, my 401k, my husband's 401k. My husband also has a rollover 401k. There's like a lot that goes into this, and honestly, it's just easier for me to not have to like put it on here all separate. I do have another version of this where I do have them all separated, but that is just something that I have like in my records to just have like a larger picture of this. But for the sake of this video, I always just combine. So all of those totaled up to 485,100. So we are just under 500,000 for retirement and savings, which is amazing. I can't even believe it. The market was doing pretty well at the end of September, if I remember correctly. And then I think it dipped down again, and it's kind of been up and down. So, we'll see what happens for this month of October, but it's looking really good for the end of September, which I'm really happy about. So that brought our asset total to $1,064,700. And our only liability is our mortgage. So that was at $346,800. We do pay a very small amount extra right now, just basically to round our mortgage up to $2,400. So we're not making a ton of progress on the mortgage, but it does go down by I think roughly $600 to $700 a month at this point. And that's just the principal that we're paying off with our regular payment. So $346,800. We are debt free besides our mortgage. So we did pay off over $100,000 of student loan debt. If you are new to my channel, I have a ton of history on my channel if you want to go check it out. But we did previously have debt, but we are debt free besides our mortgage. So that is all of our liabilities to discuss. And let's go down to the most exciting part, which is our net worth by month. So we ended September at $717,900, which was an increase of $20,400 and also bumped us over $700,000, which I am so thrilled about. If you guys remember last month, we were so close to hitting $700,000. It was painful that we didn't hit it, but we got it. I knew we would get it in September. I actually think when I had filmed that video for August, I think we had already hit 700,000 because I had checked it, because I've been whenever I'm close to a milestone, I feel like I check my accounts more because I'm just excited and I know what we need to get to hit that. So we had already hit it, I think, at that point. So that's really exciting. And I can't get over these 5-figure months that we've been having. The beginning of the year was a little rocky, with everything that was going on in the beginning of the year. But we ended up being totally fine. And then we've just been hitting these crazy 5-figure months. And it's really incredible to see. I know a lot of people talk about the 100,000 mark. So when you hit 100,000 invested, your net worth really skyrockets. I agree with that. I do think that we saw that quite a bit, but I do think it's just the more you have, the more you have. And as we're getting more closer to each each of us at this point have over 200,000 invested. So we're at like a combined over 400,000. Like now I really feel like it's starting to go quickly. And obviously like the market could change and things could happen anytime. So it's like, I'm not counting on this, being here forever or it continuing to be this way with these like really incredible months. But it is just really cool to see the growth every single month and see how much we are benefiting from just having so much invested. So if you haven't started investing or you aren't investing right now, take this as your sign to start. We started very, very, very small. My husband and I, when we were paying off debt, we were just doing enough to get the match. And now we're doing like double that. So it can build over time. And as you're going through your financial journey, it will increase and you will be able to continue to build wealth faster. But you do just have to start. That's the hardest part sometimes, is just getting started. So yeah, our net worth for this month, $717,900, which is a year-to-date change of $127,100, which is crazy. Net worth milestones. Oh, I didn't even put it in here yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we've got it in here, but September 2025, I just realized that's also the first time that we've hit a milestone in September, which is really exciting. But yeah, I think it was last month or the month prior, I was talking about how like I was kind of expecting at some point that these would start to get smaller, but it seems like they're kind of hanging out in a similar like area. So I'm interested to see if 800,000 comes faster than 9 months, or if it is like around that 9 to 12 month mark like it has been. But again, there's so many variables with that. So we'll see. Very excited that we also hit 2 milestones in 2025. That feels really good. We hit our first milestone of 600,000 in January and then 700,000 in September. And I'm really excited to see when we're able to hit 800,000. And as we continue to get closer to 1 million, it just feels even more surreal that like we are almost millionaires at this point. We are so close. We're way over the halfway mark and we're like knocking on the door of being millionaires, which is insane because if you knew me in real life, we are just regular people, okay? Don't drive nice cars. We live in like a normal house. It's just crazy. I'm so proud and so thankful, and I wouldn't change an absolute thing about our financial journey. I'm just so happy that we are here and are continuing on this path. And yeah, we know what it takes now. And now it's just building wealth. Like we're doing the right things and it's just happening for us. So it feels really good. And annual increase net worth year over year. So we're currently at 127,100. Last year we had an increase of 140. So I'm hoping maybe we could beat that. But our best year actually still was 2021. And that was the year that we actually became debt free. And I think that was a huge part of that. So really interesting to look back on these years and just see the growth year over year. And yeah, since 2021, let's see, since 2021, since like January of 2021, so the beginning of 2021, we have increased our net worth $625,000, which is crazy. I can't even believe that. We have grown our net worth over the last about 5 years, $625,000, which is crazy. So proud of that. All right. Well, that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you always for being here and supportive and understanding when I don't have content to film or don't have time to film content. I guess I should say I always have content to film, but don't always have the time to get it filmed. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being supportive and loving and just hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you so much. And I will talk to you in my next video next week. Bye, guys.